guys, what's going on? Panda here, and today I wanted to do a quick little video showing you guys my new camera setup. So I got the Hero 3 Plus Silver Edition. I got the Silver Edition because I didn't really have any use for the black one, to be honest. Like, the black edition really doesn't come with much of a difference than the silver does. Like, there's not a huge difference other than it comes with the remote, but I just decided to get the Silver Edition. I think the resolution is actually a little bit better, but the Silver Edition, as you guys have seen, works fine. Like, it works actually really well. So I never really had a need to get it. But today I wanted to talk about how I have the camera mounted. Now, yes, this is similar to AlabasterSlim's video. I did get the idea from him, because since he has the exact same mount. But I just want to do a little more in-depth video than what he supplies. Like, he does have a video. Basically, he just did a brief description of how he mounted it and where he got it from on his website, which I'll put a link to his website down in the description so that way you guys can go read it yourself. But I just want to go in a little bit more of an in-depth walk around, I guess you could say, of the mount itself. So I'll bring the mask a little bit closer and let's talk about it. So I did a couple changes compared to his video, compared to how he has it mounted. Like, he uses 4 of these little elbows where I only use 3, because I don't want this thing too low, because when I had 4 elbows, this would stick up too high, or the camera would be mounted too low. So I just use 3 elbows at the moment to mount this, and it works perfectly. This is barely out of my line of sight, so I don't really notice it too much. And also, you still get that cool little camera angle that you get from this point of view. So I use 3 I use 3 GoPro extension elbows, I think they're called, I'm not too sure. I'll put links to everything in the description, so that way I'll show you guys where I got mine, and then you can also get yours as well. I will say a lot of the stuff you can get on Amazon, but mainly I'm just going to put the stuff down in the link so that way you guys know the exact name of it, so that way if you go to like your local hardware store or like a Best Buy or another electronics store, you could get these exact mounts the same way, as well as this mount right here, the 3D printed mount. So I use 3 elbows as my way of mounting it instead of 4. But then again, in his picture, he has the battery backpack. So I'm pretty sure if I have the backpack on, I'll probably need to use 4 to keep this camera angle. But at the moment, I do not have a battery backpack, so I'm just using it as 3. Another thing you might notice that's a little different about this mount is I don't have those really long screws that the GoPro comes with sticking out. I wanted to do a little bit of a smaller profile than that. So basically, I got this off of a moto vlogger named Motonocity. He put a link down to where I could get these screws off his channel, and basically in one of his descriptions, and they're the exact same length and thread as the GoPro, but they're black, and as you can see, they are very well flush with the mount, so they're not sticking out or anything, which is one thing I wanted to avoid, so I use that. And it's also a metric, it uses a metric Allen key, so if you use metric Allen keys, or if you have any, then this will work fine. And now like I said, I'll put links to everything in the description. Now to the main mount. So, oops, sorry about that. So the mount is 3D printed. I forgot the company that makes it, but I'll put their website link in the description as well. But basically, all they send you is this whole piece right here, as well as the piece that goes on the bottom. They don't really send you anything else. They don't send you like a screw or anything right here to put this through. So basically, I just broke off this piece from another GoPro mount and just thread it on, and it works fine. And basically, I wanted to go with this. I was thinking about doing the GoPro handlebar mount at first. More lighting. I was thinking about doing the GoPro handlebar mount first, but I wanted to get, with how this is made, this whole mount is flat to the vents of the mask, and this causes a lot more support than just having like a pressure right here and pressure right here. Because if you haven't seen the handlebar mount, it curves up right here because, well, it goes around the handlebar. So it only has 2 points of pressure, where I wanted to get a full, like even pressure around the whole thing, especially in the front where the actual mount is. I want to make sure that was secure. So that's why I decided to do this, other than the actual handlebar mount. Now the handlebar mount is cheaper. Like on Amazon, you could get one for like 10-15 bucks. This was 31 bucks, and that was with shipping. So the price of it's like 25, and then it's like another 6 bucks for shipping. But in my opinion, it's a lot more worth it. It gives you a lot more support since it's flat instead of curved in the center. So that's one reason why I like this. Now the one thing AlabasterSlim doesn't really tell you guys is these screws, what kind of screws these are. I wanted to get, I'm going to write it down like in the bottom or something of the exact measurements of these screws. But you could go to basically any hardware store and get these. Like I said, I'll put the measurements exactly down the bottom, just so you guys have a better idea. Because I had to actually go and I bought 3 different kinds, and this one fits best. I know it's like a 6 by something, but like not too sure. Basically, a 6 is just like the how big it is, but 6 by something, I don't know. But if you're able to get smaller ones, you can't. I would recommend it because these things stick up like kind of high. So they stick up a little high, but at the same time, it's no really big deal to me because, as you can see the camera, a couple of the blocks the screws, so you can't really see it. So yeah. Also a tip, if you're planning on getting this mount, you will need to sand down the bottom piece so you can see the nuts right, the bolts right there. It kind of gets in the way of the lens. So I actually had to file that down a little bit since that kind of gets in the way of the lens. So I had to file it down so that way I could get the lens in perfectly. And it's a very nice snug fit too, so it actually worked out pretty well. But yeah, you guys, nothing really crazy going on with this mount. I just want to do a little bit more in depth. I'm probably going to get a full black case right here just so it doesn't really like stick out, like the GoPro doesn't stick out compared to the mask. Especially since I like this red lens, but I'm thinking about going back to just a smoke lens because the smoke lens just makes it look a lot more together. With the black and white, the red kind of just is kind of out of place. So I'm just going to go back to the smoke lens. But yeah, I got the red fire lens or something. Looks badass as hell, but I like the smoke lens look a little better because of the black and white. But yeah, you guys, that's really it on the GoPro mount, and I really recommend this mount. If you have a GoPro and you're using like a head strap mount or like some other way of mounting this, I say go with this one because honestly, in my opinion, this is a lot better way of mounting it just because it's right there, you know where it is. Also, the main reason why I like it, well, other than also it doesn't stick out. Like if I had the GoPro mount on my mask, I'd probably be up to here and be sticking over my head. So this is honestly like a better way of mounting it so that way it's not sticking out on my face. But the main reason why I actually really like this mount is that you can see the GoPro slightly on the top corner of the mask. And what's cool is that right here on the back of the GoPro, if you own one, you know about this, but there's a little LED light that flashes red right here. And what's nice is that you can see that through your lens. Like you can see that just barely, but you can see it. And with that being there, you'll always know if you're recording or not. And since the GoPro is mounted to the mask, you can't really just take off the mask and see if it's recording or not. If it's mounted like on the top of your head, like right here. With the GoPro being right here, you can see the red light flashing right here, which makes it a lot easier to know when you're recording and when you're not. So you don't have to constantly ask people, "Hey, am I recording?" So really, with the GoPro being right here, you'll always know when you're recording. You always know when you're not. So honestly, that was like a big giveaway. Like that really made me happy that I was able to find out if I was recording or not from this little LED light right here. So honestly, if you play paintball and you don't have your GoPro mounted like this, you need to at least test it out. I say test it out at least once because this with the GoPro being like this, it really does help out with getting a better camera angle compared because your eyes are right here and the GoPro is all the way up here. You don't get exact read on where you're don't get 100% you don't get as well as a point of view for the camera as it being right here where it's closer to your eyes, and where your eyes are looking, obviously the camera's going to get that a little bit better. So it just makes it look a lot more exact to how you're playing. So it makes it look cool, makes it look like that. Also, you always know when you're recording. And it's also like a pretty cool mount. Like I like the look of it. Kind of looks like a fish, but whatever. Well, anglerfish. That's what it looks like, an anglerfish. But it still looks cool, and especially if you get the blacked out cover. If you get the blacked out cover, then like these lights won't show or anything, or like any of this. All this, like the only thing will show is the screen. But yeah, you guys, that's really how I mounted the GoPro, and going a little bit more in detail since Slim didn't know exactly like the screws and everything, so, or as much information. So I thought just to do a little bit more info just to help you guys out if you guys are thinking about getting this mount. But other than that, you guys, there's the video. If you have any other questions about the mount or anything like that, please let me know. Like I said, everything will be in the description down below. But until then, you guys, have a good one, and I'll see you on the field.